Yes, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is still the talk of the movie-going community. So let's get to my spoiler talk finally, huh? That is a spoiler warning. If you haven't seen this movie yet and you plan on it, you should jump away from this video. Cause I will ruin the movie for you. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of details here. Not just what happens in it, but all the little Easter eggs and references and stuff as well. Cause let's face it, that's a big part of what made this movie fun. So alright, you've been warned. So the movie starts out with Bowser taking that penguin kingdom and finding the star. Pretty straightforward, don't need to talk about it that much. The first big Easter egg slash reference I'm gonna talk about here is the Super Mario Bros. Rap. Yeah, the song they have for their Mario and Luigi Super Mario Bros. Plumbing commercial. That's the theme song from the show from the 80s, the super lame Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I would call that a deep cut. And also how in the commercial they use those Italian accents that we know from the games. It's a me, Mario! That was a nice reference. And they're like, I can't believe we spent our whole life savings on that commercial. Oh, that's not a commercial, that is cinema. But what about those accents? Were they too much? And then it shows a guy who was voiced by Charles Martinet, who voices Mario and Luigi in the games. And he's like, too much? It was perfect! Woohoo! We in the audience were like, ah, there he is. Nicely done. And also the way he jumped right there kind of reminded me of someone from Wreck-It Ralph or something. I'm just saying. Foreman Spike is also in this restaurant. Now this character is from the old game Wrecking Crew, which I guess Mario and Luigi were also in. I've never played that game, but in this movie, Mario and Luigi used to work for him, and they left him to start their own little plumbing business. That was a great throwback because it's accurate to the history in the games. And when they go home to their family, their dad is also voiced by Charles Martinet. But in Mario's room, though, we get a bunch of Easter eggs here. I mean, first and foremost, he's playing Kid Icarus on his NES. I recognize the music from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And also the fact that he has a little R-Wing figure from Star Fox. So yeah, there are references to Nintendo things outside of Mario in this movie, which does make me think, if they're gonna make more Nintendo movies like Zelda or Metroid, are there gonna be references to Mario in those movies? Who knows? And then they see that report of a big old disaster happening in the city, and Pauline is there. Yeah, Pauline was the original damsel in distress from the original Donkey Kong game where Mario made his first appearance. She later showed up as the mayor of New Donk City in Super Mario Odyssey, so it was great to see her have a cameo in this movie, cause Pauline's great. Alright, fast forwarding a little bit, after they land in this magical world, and Luigi lands in the Darklands, the way he's scared out of his mind with his flashlight, and he's running away from zombified dry bones, which they were totally how I thought dry bones would act, since they are pretty much their zombie Koopas. I love that. Eventually he gets inside the castle, and he's still super frightened. We were all like, yeah, this is totally giving off Luigi's Mansion vibe, right? I remember playing Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube back in the day. Although I haven't yet played the new one, though I probably should. But this is one of the things I've heard the most from people, is that we should totally get a Luigi's Mansion movie after this, since people felt that Luigi was not in this movie enough. And plus a Luigi's Mansion movie would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'd totally be down for that. And so when Mario and Toad eventually get to Princess Peach's castle, of course the music. Dun 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 da 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 dun. But also gotta point out this reference. When those guard toads are like, we're sorry, our princess is in another castle. We all knew that reference. That's in the classic Mario games, when you would get to the end of a world and after you fight the boss, and that toad tells you, thank you Mario, but our princess is in another castle. Yeah, that was just classic, so we knew that had to be referenced in this movie somewhere. Props to that. Also, can we all agree on something else? In that big Toad Council, we have that one leader with the deep voice, who's all like, good luck, princess, for all our sakes. Can we all agree that instead of just another regular Toad with glasses, that should have been Toadsworth? Yeah, totally, right? That would have made a lot more sense. I don't know why they didn't think of that. Maybe he was on vacation in Isle Delfino. Like I said in my spoiler-free review, one of my biggest complaints about this movie is the use of the licensed songs. Like for example, the training montage, they play Holding Out for a Hero, which we've heard in so many movies already, including Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which came out just a few weeks ago. That's my biggest problem with the songs in this movie, is that they're songs that we've heard in so many other movies. Like when they get to Kong Country, they play Take On Me for no reason at all. I was like, why are they playing this song? I don't get it. I've heard the argument that, oh, it's something for adults to relate to. No, adults already relate to all the Mario stuff because they played Mario when they were kids. So we don't need some classic rock song from the 80s. That doesn't fit in the movie at all. Hopefully the future installments will ditch the licensed songs. But speaking of songs though, alright, let's talk about Bowser. His motivation is that he wants to marry Princess Peach. And me and my friend were like, oh, okay, so they're straight up doing Super Mario Odyssey. Cause that's how it was in that game. Bowser was planning a wedding with Princess Peach, and Mario had to stop it. They even show him with his top hat and the white tux with the piranha plant bouquet. That is ripped straight from Odyssey. So props to that, again, accurate to lore. But it's a scene where he's sitting down at the Ludwig von Koopa piano, and he's singing his little song, Peaches! Yeah, right there, I know people love this scene, but I don't. I think that was a bit too much for me. Although I did love the part where he slams the piano cover on Kamek's fingers, and he's like, can I lift it now? And Bowser's like, no, pain is the best teacher. I was like, oh my god, that's mean. But the fact that he's constantly being like, does she like him? Do princesses find him attractive? I don't know, just to me it kind of made him look a little pathetic, like he's desperate, which I'm sure is what they were going for. But I don't know, just to me there was something I didn't like about it. I've just never seen Bowser so vulnerable before, and it kind of freaked me out. We also get a cameo from Baby Mario and Baby Luigi in a flashback. That was some nice fan service. Cause they were in the Yoshi games, right? They ride on Yoshi's back. I know they're also in Mario Kart, but I think that's where they showed up first. I don't know, cause I've actually never played a Yoshi game. After seeing the post-credits scene here though, I'm thinking I probably should. I love the scene where Mario and Peach and Toad are in the Fire Flower field, and Peach is like, I don't know where I came from. The first thing I remember is arriving here in the Mushroom Kingdom and the Toads took me in. We see her as Baby Peach. And there's a part of me that hopes we never actually get that explanation. I want that to remain a mystery. I just like it more that way. Mario even says, hey, maybe you're from my world. So there's implication there, but let's just leave it at that. Perfect. Eventually, we get to the big old Mario versus Donkey Kong scene. Quite a few things to point out here. I mean, when Donkey Kong bursts in, we get the DK rap, the classic DK Donkey Kong. I remember hearing Seth Rogen saying that's like one of the worst rap songs ever, and I just wanted to be like, yeah, that's because you never heard the Super Smash Bros. Melee version. That version's so much better than the original, and you know I'm right. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. And also, we get a Diddy Kong cameo. That I love to see, because I love Diddy Kong. And I loved him in this movie. He's all cheering for Donkey Kong like, DK! Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's like Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and one other Kong, I don't know who that is. Yeah, I haven't played a whole lot of Donkey Kong games either. Only one I've really played is DK Jungle Climber for the DS. I still got it, too. And so Mario and DK are fighting. Mario accidentally gets a mini mushroom, which at first I thought was a poison mushroom, but it's not. Those are two completely different things. The mini mushroom is from the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Eventually he gets into his cat form, and we all saw that TV spot where DK is laughing at him. And I was like, dude, you're gonna get your butt beat in. Cause cat form is OP. Those of us who have played Super Mario 3D World, we know this. Sure enough, Mario just goes to town on DK. Starts scratching him up. I was like, yeah! Thank you, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, for perfectly accurately portraying the cat form. And thus, Mario wins. And so Cranky Kong, who I thought was perfectly cranky enough, is like, alright, we're gonna need carts! Dun, 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 dun. I love the fact that they brought in the kart selection music from Mario Kart 8. That I did not see coming. That was great. We knew there was going to be a big old Mario Kart scene in this movie because A, we saw it in the trailers, and B, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the highest selling game for Nintendo Switch. Everyone knows and loves Mario Kart, and so there's going to be a Mario Kart scene in the movie. It was a given. And it's a pretty great scene too. They're on Rainbow Road, and it was funny. At a point, I was like, there better not be any blue shells, because we all hate those. Sure enough, man, at the end, that one Koopa, he just yells out, he's like, blue shell! And we in the audience, we were like, no! Because that's always the worst, right? When you're in first place and that blue shell just comes up and just boom, just explodes you. That always sucks. And that's what happens to Mario and DK in this movie. Yeah, that's always a bad day. Sometime later, Bowser has taken Peach, which yes, we do come full circle. We actually do get Bowser taking Peach and kidnapping her, just like the classic games of old. Nice touch. And we got some Easter egg guests at the wedding. King Bob-omb shows up, King Boo, always great to see. Because those are some pretty fun boss fights from the games. And Peach gets the Ice Flower, which is funny. Did anyone else think of Elsa when they saw this? I'm just saying, Ice Peach is still awesome. Peaches! And so when Mario and Donkey Kong are on their way to go rescue everybody, this scene, man. They're going throughout the Mushroom Kingdom, they're stomping on all the enemies, the music kicks on. Dun 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 dun. We were all like, yeah, this is what we came for. And he gets the Tanuki suit and he starts flying. Dun 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 dun. Awesome music cameo from Super Mario Bros. 3. Love that athletic theme. Then Bowser sends the Bonsai Bill after him, which I didn't even remember. In the games, when you hit a Bonsai Bill, it doesn't get stomped and disappear like all the other enemies. No, instead you hit it and it just turns away. But in this movie, Mario hits it with the Tanuki suit and it starts chasing him. I thought that was a good way for the movie to do it. So Mario gets it to go into the big warp pipe, which causes this big explosion that sucks everyone in, and it leads everyone to get sucked back into Brooklyn. Everyone, not just Mario and Luigi, but all of Bowser's army, Peach, Donkey Kong. Everyone's in Brooklyn now. I thought that was kind of strange. Didn't think the final fight would ever take place there, but here we are. And dude, I love the part where Bowser is shooting fire at Mario, and he's saved by Luigi with the sewer cover. That was awesome. I was like, yes, Luigi to the rescue. That was certainly his shining moment right there. And then, sure as day, it is curtains for Bowser. Because both Mario and Luigi get the superstar, and so they turn invincible. They're just going all over the place. They're stomping through the army. This was pretty much the equivalent of the scene in Sonic 2, where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are going down the road. Yes, I just compared the Mario movie to the Sonic movie. Believe it, they're both great. And it's awesome, they get to Bowser, and of course they have to do the Super Mario 64 Bowser twirl around by the tail. I would have been mad if that wasn't in the movie. We all cheered when that happened. I was like, yeah! And so that's it, Bowser is defeated. Victory! In the end, Mario and Luigi take up residence in the Mushroom Kingdom to ELO's Mr. Blue Sky. And that's the end. Nice job, Illumination. You didn't do bad on this one. The mid-credits scene is just a little joke with Bowser and the mini mushroom, so I'm just gonna skip over that and get to the post-credits scene. Because it turns out, among all the wreckage of everything coming to Brooklyn, there is a Yoshi egg that is still there. And it cracks open and it cuts to black and we hear, Yoshi! Alright, so for the sequel, I guess we're gonna get some Yoshi action. Who doesn't love Yoshi? He's adorable. So in conclusion, I had a lot of fun with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's not perfect, but it's still great. Now, for the future. Like I said, I wouldn't mind myself a Luigi's Mansion movie or a Donkey Kong movie. We can have Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, all the Kongs, that'd be a lot of fun. But Nintendo, let's think bigger. Can we actually get a Nintendo Cinematic Universe going? I'm thinking Legend of Zelda, I'm thinking Metroid, I'm thinking a Kirby series, I'm thinking Star Fox, and I'm thinking some Super Smash Bros. Action. I would put Pokemon in there, but those film rights are with Warner Brothers, so I'm thinking probably not. But yeah, let's get an NCU going. That would make you a lot of money, guys. You know how much people would go nuts over a Legend of Zelda movie? I'm just saying. So that'll be my question to you. What movies do you think Nintendo and Illumination should make to follow this up? That'll be my question as I bring this video to an abrupt end. So whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Yahoo!